everybody. All right, I'm gonna see if hopefully everybody can hear me a-okay. I'm getting a new system here. So and if you can tell, I'm doing this from work. So I haven't been home yet. I haven't had a chance. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Is the audio a-okay? Please let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Hopefully you can. So, and if you can't hear me, let me know. So let me know. You guys, can you hear me okay? Let me know in chat. Yay, nay? Can you hear me okay? Let me turn my volume up anyway. There we are. So, all right. So hopefully everybody can hear me and nobody's letting me know yet. So sounds good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, thanks, Michelle. All right, so if you guys have never attended anything like this, this is called Real Talk. And what Real Talk is it gives everybody an opportunity to kind of chat with me and do like these little mini readings here a little bit. Not only that, the reason why I like to do this is not necessarily to embarrass people, so please don't think that I'm trying to do that. But at the same time, if you have a question about a loved one and maybe you want some advice, or you got a question about maybe what you should do, this gives us kind of a platform to be able to really talk about some of the issues that people deal with, some of the triggers, the traumas, the things like that. Because listen, we're all screwed up a little bit. I mean, that's just being real. So, but the more you can understand yourself and be your authentic self, the more you're really going to be able to kind of dig in with who you are. And that's why I like to do these, because it's a really big learning experience for a lot of people. So, okay, so a couple things I just want to kind of go over before we even get started is that if you have not checked out Awakenings yet, my husband and I co-own a business together called Awakenings. It's a big crystal store. So we have a lot of products online. We are getting in so many more products here. And we're just really turning and burning some crystals. So if you see something you like, I highly suggest you get it, because the odds of us getting it back in sometimes is kind of slim to none. So I'm getting new items in all the time. So if you haven't liked the Awakenings Facebook page, it's Awakenings Omaha. If you haven't liked that Facebook page, I highly suggest you do, because that's where I'm putting on new crystals, books, metaphysical items. Alrighty. So if you haven't liked my Facebook page, Psychic/Medium Kelli Miller, highly suggest you do. I do daily readings on there all the time. They get shared literally all over the world now. It's really weird. So, and then I just kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit about what I got going on. This weekend, I do a live audience reading. I do actually a tour. And that tour is this weekend in Des Moines. And I think in Omaha, it's March 14th. So I will be doing a live audience reading in Omaha, March 14th. That's going to be at the Sheraton Hotel here in town. And then at the end of March, I will be in Kearney. So that's kind of where I'm heading to. And then I take a break for the summertime because May is just too busy. And then June, July, I try to take a little bit of a break to spend some time with my kids and the family. And then August starts my tour back up, and that will begin in Minneapolis. So I like that somebody's like, love your hashtag. So if you guys don't know me, I'm a smart ass, and I will always be a smart ass. So a lot of times on the hashtags, when it comes to my daily readings, I'm kind of a smart ass. So I like to do those a lot. Okay, because like I said, I gotta promote my store here a little bit. So okay, so if you guys haven't ever done this, there's a chat bar that I can read on the side, but you'll notice a chat bar. The biggest thing is just go ahead and start asking questions. Sometimes they go really fast, so I'll try to kind of keep up with everybody. Okay, so Sherry comments asking if keep seeing fives everywhere. Fives aren't bad. Fives means that change is coming. So whenever I see the fives, it's kind of my spirit guide's way of saying, hey, get ready. We're going to have you go from one direction to another. And sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative. So it really is honestly how you look at it. It's your perspective. So if you're negative minded, it's not going to be bad. It's going to be bad. If you're positive minded, it's going to be good. So it really depends on you and your outlook on things. So biggest thing is fives always mean change. Enlightened people always see replicating numbers. And people that are just starting that spiritual awakening journey too will start to see those numbers, especially 1111. That's how it starts. And then after a bit, you'll be able to, kind of see those different numbers. So, but everybody sees different numbers at different times, and to each their own. If you go on my blog, I wrote a blog about what the numbers mean, but just because 1111 means something for me doesn't mean that it doesn't mean it for you. So find what resonates with you, really. So, because I'm not always right. No, neither is anybody else. So just go with it. All right. Kimberly said, I'm struggling with the death of my mother. Really would like to be with her. Kimberly, hang in there. That's good old grief. And I'll tell you, as a medium, there is nothing I can do. I can help you heal a lot of emotions, and grief is not one of them. Grief literally has to just take, it takes time. It does. And when you lose somebody very close to you like that, it takes almost 3 years to get your head above water for you to really feel like, okay, I think I can freaking do this without this person. So it's not easy. Just hang in there. I know a lot of times I'll tell you, if you're missing a loved one, ask them to give you a sign, and they will, usually within 24 hours. They're usually pretty good about it. But when they give you a sign, make sure that you acknowledge it. Make sure that you're like, oh my God, I saw that. Thank you. Do it again. Because whenever you say, I saw it, do it again, what ends up happening is it opens up that line of communication between you and your loved one even more. So then they'll send more signs that you're going to notice. So the biggest thing is that always acknowledge, I saw that. Thanks, Mom. Do it again. And they will. They will. Just pay. And they're the signs. We love to get the 2x4s. Let's be real. I would love to get the 2x4s for my signs for my dad too, but it doesn't happen. It's usually very subtle. It's usually a smell, a sound. You see, his name on a billboard. So those are signs. You wouldn't notice if it weren't meant for you to see. So little tiny signs matter. Those count. So pay attention to those. Let's see. Steph is asking if her implant is making me sick. It kind of is. It kind of is. The biggest thing for you, Steph, is that I want to make sure that you're not in the victim mentality. Make sure that you're not thinking like a victim, like everything always happens to you. So don't think like a victim, because that's only going to amplify any issues that are within the body already. So hopefully that one answers that one. Rosie, getting hopeless. Are we on the right path with the farm and finances? Can't imagine life without it. Things are falling apart at every turn. And is Grandpa Ed watching? Heck yeah, Grandpa's watching. That's why he sends pennies. And it's going to turn around, Rosie, but you got to be patient with this one. This year is a better year. Last year was not a good year. This year is a better year for you. It's still not great like you want it, but it's enough to get you by. So just hang in there, and it's going to get better. But you're on that 2.5 year route where you're finally going to get caught up 2.5 years later. So just hang in there. Melissa, I do see a job change in May or June, especially. Wait until, for you got to wait till after April 1st. So, but heck yeah, go for it. Carol's asking, should I stay at the job that I'm in or switch location? For now, stay. For now, stay until April 15th. After that, then you can change. Wow, I can't hardly see. Sorry, guys. I'm to that age. I need glasses because I can't see nothing. Oh, there we go. I can read now. Misty, will my business start picking up with what I'm currently doing, or should I be doing something different? Misty, you got to work on your marketing, work on your marketing. So you're being way too general with your marketing. Be a little bit more specific. Okay. So meaning that, who's your target market? Who are you trying to advertise to? It's like me, my target market is ladies between the age of 28 and about 50. So, and it's ladies, not so much guys. So know your target market, advertise to your target market, but you got to get better at your marketing and advertising. So, Holly, why do I have chronic hives? 2 reasons. One, it's due to your anxiety. The second reason is that you literally let everybody get underneath your skin. So stop allowing it. So, or at least understand not everybody's raised like you, and they're not going to treat you like you want. So bless their heart. So forgive them anyway. Lynn, I found a kid I would love to adopt. So you think I'm still on track to adopt this year? I'm waiting for a response from HHS. Lynn, not only yes, but hell yes. Yay! I'm all about babies. Everybody's always asked me what's the favorite part of my job. Honestly, the favorite part of my job, making babies, hooking people up with babies. That's my favorite part of the job. So so far I have helped 22 ladies to have babies with infertility issues. And so when they bring me their baby and they're like, oh my gosh, this wouldn't be without you. That's like seriously best. That's like icing on the cake. Seriously. Okay. Crystal, my family is a mess. Will this get better? It will, Crystal, but watch your enabling. You have the tendency to enable too much and disable children. So there's a difference. A lot of us moms want to pave the way for our kids. I'm going to tell you, don't do that. Let them pave them their own damn way. So the biggest thing is stop enabling. You're overcompensating. You're enabling due to your guilt. So don't allow that. All right. Oh, and Kiana, could you leave that back door open pretty please? Because Paige might come. Thanks. Okay. Everything's going so fast. Okay, let's see here. Johnny Toll, is my store going to grow enough to be my sole income? How long? You got a 3-year route on that, 3.2. So 3 years, 2 months. So you got about 3 years on that. Grind, honey, grind. So I will tell you, all the money that we've made, we reinvest back into the business. So really, we haven't made much of a profit here at Awakenings because we reinvest that money into the business. That's where it's got to be. So, Michelle, yes, go visit your dad in Washington. However, no expectations on how you think it should turn out. How about that? So no expectations. Regina, you'll find a soulmate not until you got another year yet. So Regina, you got about just a little under a year. Queen of Wands, soulmate this year, 2020. Yes, you will in the fall. So hang in there. Lindsay. Oh, there you go. Lindsay, this is a great one. Lindsay's a SPED teacher, and she uses all of her energy at work. So when she comes home, she's tired, crabby, and doesn't have a lot of energy with the kids. Welcome to motherhood, right? So the biggest thing with the kids, remember, SPED kids are going to take up a lot of your energy inadvertently. They don't mean to. So because you're the empath, they're naturally going to go to you, which makes you an awesome teacher. So the biggest thing is make sure that you get your break. And what I mean by that is that you're going from work to home. I'm like, you got to get about a 15-minute pause break for your brains. We got to get you out of work mode, detox, chill, go into mom mode. So if that means that you wait to pick up the kids for 15, 20 minutes, do what you need to do. I know a lot of mothers, myself included, so I can't just go from medium mode to mom mode. That's too hard. I can't handle it. So what I end up doing, honestly, half the time I sit in my damn car. So I just sit in my car, no music, and I just chill. Just chill. You're not giving yourself enough breaks. Number 2, you're also an empath, so make sure you have a piece of black tourmaline on you. So that way it kind of buffers out, not so much the negativity, but it holds your auric field better in place. So that way you're not over empathizing with everything. And then lastly, as an empath, make sure you take sea salt baths. Epsom salt is good for the body. Sea salt is good for the soul. So sea salt's always good for like, if we want to like say clean the house. So that's where that type of salt, rock salt, sea salt, kosher salt's been blessed. That works. Hey. So, but anything like that is a-okay. So just make sure that you're taking care of you first, because the kids are draining you at work and you don't have enough energy. So make sure that you give yourself a 15-minute break to just chill. You got to go from teacher mode to mom mode. Okay. Angela is asking, changed her diet from vegan to meat, dairy, fibromyalgia. So Angela, here's the biggest deal with you is that I want you to start working on you. So I would tell you right now, I could ask you, what are your goals, ambitions, and dreams? And you probably can't even answer that simple question. And that's exactly where I would tell you to start. Quit worrying about everybody else and burning your candle at both ends. Instead, learn how to say no, set a damn firm boundary, and start taking care of you. You need to be more selfish. And I know that sounds awful of me to say, but it's true. I want you more selfish. So start taking care of you and stop worrying about what everybody else thinks about it. Stop. And the weird thing about it is that if you are sick, and this goes for just generally anyone, if you are sick, the worst thing you could do is talk and brag about it. The worst thing you could do, because you're focusing in on the sickness. You're not focusing in on the health. So if somebody asks you, how are you doing? You're like, oh, I'm sick again today. I'm not feeling well. It's better for you to say, I'm doing great. And you, because when you tell yourself that you're doing great, you're going to do great. So the biggest thing is your self-talk's kicking your butt. And then number 2 is that you're over empathizing for everybody. You're helping everybody else out and not taking care of you. You must take care of you. It's important. So, okay, Chelsea, yes, you should change your job. Ronnie, what is my future to my family? And or otherwise I have been losing everyone near to me. Oh crap, I forgot who just said that. But the one who said who was near to me, the biggest thing I can tell you is that if you start losing people, they weren't your people. So they weren't your people. They were acquaintances. Let them go. In this lifetime, you're going to have 1 or 2 really damn good friends. The rest are acquaintances, as they should be such. So know your friends versus your acquaintances. When you start to go through a spiritual awakening, you really start looking at your friends. You really start going, okay, are you my friend or are you my acquaintance? Because a friend would never judge. A friend will do everything, even energy exchange. Acquaintances won't. So I'm like, let them go. Because if they're walking away from you and you're not connected to them, let them go. Don't chase them. God took them out of your life for a reason, not to chase them down. So, all right. Kristen, children okay with the divorce from their dad, struggling with the oldest. Kristen, I am assuming that your oldest is a boy. So, and I'm going to tell you that's a normal response. The biggest thing I'm going to tell you is I want to get that kiddo in counseling, especially to understand it, because if it's a boy, he's going to be angry. So I want to address the anger so he can be vocal with the anger instead of show the anger. That's where a counselor comes in, because I want him to be able to use his verbiage and words instead of actions. So that's where that one kind of comes in at a little bit. Oh, that's awesome. Corey said that they had wedding Thursday in Mexico, played a song for our loved ones, and you could feel them. Everybody shows up for a wedding. And I mean, I don't care. Your ancestors show up for everybody loves a wedding. That's dead and alive. They love weddings. Birth, death, any sort of happy celebration, they're there. They really are. So that's like, if you're celebrating a graduation or a wedding or something like that, oh, they're there. Trust me. And usually they're so thick, you can't help but not feel it. Truly. So that's what I'm like going, absolutely, they were there. You just happen to feel it, which means to tell me that you're naturally clairsentient. So that's awesome. Johnny, you won't find your soulmate for, like I said, another year yet. So everybody loves a party. Yeah, right? Sarah, how can I help my son who is struggling in school? The biggest thing, honestly, Sarah, give him attention. Give him attention. So if usually kids act out, it's because they truly do want love, attention, and affection from their opposite sexed parent. Usually. Sometimes it's the other parent. So, but almost always that's the case. Keisha, when will I conceive a baby? Ooh. That one's a tough one because you got a few things you got to do first. So, it won't be till, it'd be next year, March. So hang in there. Amy, your love life's going up in the summer. Thank goodness, right? Danielle, so here's the deal, Danielle, with your husband. He is going to find a job, but he keeps looking at what's going to get him the most money and not what he really wants to do. So I want him to find the damn fun job. That's it. So have him find the fun job. He'll be able to get the job that he really wants. Right now, he's looking at what's going to pay the most money. Can't do that. You got to look. That's why all the doors are getting shut. They're getting shut because he ain't supposed to go down that path. So he needs to start looking at fun jobs that he thinks that are going to be fun. So, and that will then open up that opportunity for him to get a job. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I work with a gentleman who has developmental disabilities and nonverbal, has been lashing out. How can I help him? Regina, see, a lot of times that goes back to a mom or a mother. So I don't know if the mom is upsetting him or what's going on, but my guess is it's probably going to be female related. So either somebody there is not being very nice to him, and he's trying to verbalize that. So what I want you to do, and this works with all autistic kids and very intuitive children, I just want you to sit there, clear your mind, and especially autistic kids are very good at this, and adults. Just have them clear their mind, and what you're going to do is just whatever pops into your head, that's going to be the answer. And I know that sounds so simple, but that's really how clear, that's how that telepathy works. So I just want you to sit there quietly, and whatever pops into your head, ask the question, how can I help you? What's upsetting you? And it's going to hit you in the head, and you're going to be like, huh? And then you're going to go, did that just come into my head? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. So that's the thing I want you to pay attention to. But he is going to be nonverbal, but watch his hands, because they usually talk through their hands. So hands and feet, they do that a lot. Melinda, you did make the right career choice. Hang in there. The dust is going to settle. Remember, Mercury's in retrograde. Oh, fun. So this, honestly, this retrograde hasn't been that bad. It is a lot when it comes to relationships. It's very focused in on relationships right now because it's in Pisces and Venus is right next to the moon. So it's all about love life. So it's all about partnerships, love lives, relationships, friendships, family ships. So it's all about that right now. So people are going to be struggling with that, or at least the problems are going to be rising. So deal with them as they come to the best way that you can. Mercury goes direct March 9th. So we have until the 9th yet. So we're a little over halfway. Hang in there, though. We got another week of it. This week in particular is going to be the hardest week. So we get through this weekend, it'll start to kind of get a little easier. So, but expect drama this weekend, especially within partnerships, love life, family, things like that. So if you are going to hang out with family, keep your cool. Keep your cool. So, Ronnie, okay, I can't get you. Hang on, you just left. Mindy, there is a career change. There is a career change, Mindy, but not until J&J, which is July. So not until July. So just hang in there. So, Frankie, you are an empath. I can tell you that just by looking at your picture. Yep. Kesha, you do have some PCOS, and that's part of it. You also have a tilted uterus, which I would tell you, if you have a tilted uterus, the best way to fix that, honestly, is chiropractically, because that means to tell me that you have a knee off and your hip is off, therefore tilting your uterus. So sometimes we have to get a chiropractic adjustment to get us back on set. So that might be the case. Yes, you do need to lose weight because you do have that PCOS issue. So that's part of it too. Kept losing people and death near me. That's what you meant, Ronnie. Gotcha. Okay, so the biggest thing is that the hardest part I can tell you is that I said it last year, and it's going to continue for a while. You're going to notice a lot of birth and a lot of death here. So it's just because people are either going to be enlightened and they're going to stay here for a little bit, or they're going to stay unenlightened and they're going to go home for a little bit. So you're going to see a lot of birth and death. I will tell you, Ronnie, when we have a lot of people around us that cross over, like a lot of people, sometimes we need to get tested, and the polarity factor is at play. Now, what I mean by that is that what a better test of faith than grief. It's like you don't know what love is if you've never feared something. So it's like you have to know the opposite of it to appreciate it. So right now you're getting the grief part, so you can really figure your faith out. That's why when somebody dies, you question your faith. I'm like, you're supposed to. That's normal. That's natural reaction or response. That's okay. So because it's supposed to test your faith. So, and that's what I mean by that. So just hang in there. Like I said, right now you're just getting your faith tested. Your job is to figure out what your faith is outside of what anybody else may say or think, which isn't always easy. So, I feel my grandpa's presence around my house, and my 3-year-old acknowledged him a few times, and she doesn't even know him. Is he around the house? Not only yes, but hell yes. I will tell you, between the ages of 2 and 5, children are the most intuitive. And that's when they will say things and you're like, what did you just say? And they're like, what's for snack? And you're done. So like I said, always listen to kids between the ages of 2 and especially 4, but 5, they're naturally highly intuitive. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to shoot a video series about psychic kids and how parents can learn how to identify what kind of a psychic kid they have and how to be able to help them as far as raising them, discipline, things like that. I'm an indigo, so I'm one of the hardest kids to raise. So that's why I'm like going, so I want to talk to other mothers about this because I'm raising those type of kids too. I have a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old and a 16-year-old stepkid. So I get it. So, but I'm just getting ready to shoot that. It'll probably be done. My guess is July by the time we get it all edited and everything else out. So, that's when we move that one. Okay. Libby, am I seeing the right person? Yes, you are. Let go of your ex. It's a no-go. So remember, Mercury's in retrograde. So guess when an ex is going to pop out of the closet? It's now. So this is when they come to our head and we're like, why can't we get this person out of our head? I'm like, cut the cords. And what I mean by cutting cords is that we literally go in front of our face and say, I hereby cut any cords that bind me to so-and-so. And then you cut it in the front, cut it in the back. Best way to do it is with a piece of selenite. There's a selenite tower, but do it with a piece of selenite, and that'll cut the cord too. So that helps a lot. We got to cut cords once in a while so you don't think about people. So, Jeanette, will the guy I have a crush on return my feelings? No, he won't, Jeanette. Let him go. Nope. Nope. If a girl chases a guy, it never works anyway. So the girl always ends up getting hurt. So that's why I would tell you, let him go. Let him go. So, Mary, looking at refinancing the home is now the right time. Not right now. No. Wait till April or the last week in March or April 1st, because we want to get out of the retrograde, even shadow period. So the shadow period is 2 weeks before Mercury retrograde and 2 weeks after. That's why I'm like going, we don't ever want to refinance. We don't want to buy a new car. We don't want to buy anything new, no contracts. You don't want to cut your hair, do freaky shit with your hair. So we don't want to make any major moves while Mercury is in retrograde. Retrograde means to redo, rethink, everything. So that's why I'm like, it's not time to move forward. It's time to stand still and look backward a little bit and go, oh God, I got to finish this, and this. I'm like, get it done. So, Melissa, you are not going to find your soulmate this year, not till May of next year. That sucks. Oh God, I wish I could be like, oh yay. No, not for a bit yet. Dang it. So that's okay. In the meantime, I always tell people work on your goals, ambitions, and dreams. So work on that. Grace, yes, you got somebody coming this summer. Heather, husband job going to succeed financially. Yes, but you got to give him a little bit of time. So, and what I mean by that is that he sees it too, and he's trying to get there. The biggest thing for you is don't talk about it unless he approaches you. So, and the reason why I say that is because it's like he doesn't want to talk about it because he doesn't want to jinx anything. He's not going to jinx anything anyway. But at the same time, if he talks to you about it, great. If not, just know that it's going great. So, Kim is asking, 5-year-old keeps asking when we are moving. What does that mean? Well, apparently he's probably pretty intuitive and wants to know when you're moving. So weird things like that happen where I always tell people, just wait. So, because the funny thing is August, September, you have a crossroads coming up with a possible move. So, Angie, you won't go to Hawaii for another 4 years yet. Frankie, you guys are going to make it. Hang in there. Just give each other space right now. Remember, Mercury's in retrograde. It's really difficult for relationships right now because it's like all the bad stuff is at the surface. I'm like, deal with the surface, deal with that shit. But you can't go in barking mad. You got to go in and say, okay, how can we find a solution to this problem? How can we find a solution to this problem? So, Shelly, do you think we'll get an adopt 4-month-old baby girl since birth? Yes, actually, you are going to adopt that one. So we have to wait for mom to give up rights, but she's going to, because she's too far into drugs. So you're fine. Oh my gosh. My husband and I are moving for my school this summer. When will I find a new job? Rachel, you won't find anything until almost October. So just hang in there. So I know that you want to get a job right away, but it's not time. So Mindy, driving in hypnotic state, often, what does that mean? It just means that you're meditating when you're driving. So that's what it is. That's what meditation is. How many of you guys have ever driven before and all of a sudden you show up somewhere and you're like, how the hell did I get here? I don't even remember driving. So what you're doing is you're meditating. So that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a wonderful detox. So there's nothing wrong with that one, but that's what it is. And I'll tell you, it happens to me a lot. So what's really strange is that I a lot of times I don't know how I get home, but I still get home. So I'm like, thanks, guys. So I just tell them thanks. Dating two guys, which one do I continue with? Sarah, I will tell you, may the best man win, the one that's willing to chase you. And the one that gets along with their mother. Aha, how about that? The one that doesn't get along with his mama? No. Hell no. Mindy, if the contract process started 2 months ago, finally signed today, you'll be fine. No, you're fine. It started before that point. It's fine. Just make sure that you read your fine print. That's all. So just make sure you read the fine print. It's all good. Heather's asking how she grows her gifts. Best way to do that is meditate. So, and what I tell people, when you meditate, just sit there and do nothing. There you go. You're meditating. Don't expect a whole lot of stuff to happen. It doesn't happen like that. So it always happens. It's the after effect. It's what happens afterward that you're like, that's kind of cool. You'll notice it. Michelle, spirit guides names. Here's the deal. I'm going to tell you something. I don't give spirit guides names out. You want to know why? Because I could say any name and you'd freaking believe it. So, and I tell my students that too. There's two things I don't do. I won't tell you what your past life is, and I won't tell you what your spirit guides' names are. You want to know why? Because you need to figure that out. Number two, there's no evidence in it. I'm an evidential medium. I could make anything up and you would buy it. You would buy it hook, line, and sinker. Therefore, I don't do that. I'll tell you how many spirit guides you have. I'll tell you, if they're man, female, their ethnic background, but I'm not going to give you their names because I want you to figure it out. Best way to figure it out, ask them to come through in a dream state. Ask them to come through. When they come through in a dream, you're going to be like, I know you, but I don't know you, but you feel really familiar to me. That's a spirit guide. So that's why I'm like going, there's no evidence in that stuff. So I would tell you, if you want to do a past life stuff, do a past life regressional hypnotherapy session. I went to A+ Hypnosis here in town with Tim Taggy. He's awesome. So I went there and did a past life regressional hypnotherapy session because I wanted to know my past lives. But like I said, I can make anything up and you'd buy it. So like I said, do it yourself. Do those two things yourself. It's important. So, Julie, I woke up with a strong feeling about Taos, New Mexico. There's something about that. I don't understand that place, but it's kind of like Sedona. If you get called, you just go. So just go. There's a reason. So that's like, just take a little visit, take a little trip there. Kristen, your grandma is A-okay with the path that you're taking. She is A-okay with it. So, oh, man, this stuff's hard. You guys there's a lot of people on here in this chat. I'm trying to do this. Okay. Carrie, can you please have this start date for your Reiki practice? Ooh. I don't know why. April 18th. So April 18th, anytime after that, green light. Like I said, the one thing I always tell my students too, is that when it comes to anything like any spiritual business, run it like a business. Don't run it like, oh, I'll just do a little here and a little there. And then people get burnt out because they're putting all this energy into it and not getting anything out of it. I'm sorry, but this is even energy exchange. I pay you, you pay me, I give you, we read. So I would love to do this for free, but this is my full-time job and I got kids to feed. But at the same time, if I did this for free, I would get pissed, burn out, and everybody would constantly be going, hey, I got a question, got a question, got a question, got a question, got a question. I'm like, I wouldn't have any time in the day to do anything. So that's why I always tell my spiritual people, run it like a business, be the entrepreneur. So, all right. Brenda, I do see a marriage, but you got to be patient with that one. Yeah, you got to be real patient with that one. That's 3 years. That's 3 year, 3. You got 3 years. Blah. So be patient with that one. Misty, something going on with the job. Don't feel safe. I'm assuming it must be a damn hospital or like a nursing home or something like that. So biggest thing I'm going to tell you is it's A-okay, but for you, get a piece of black tourmaline. Again, black tourmaline is it's a protective stone. So it helps to prevent negativity from happening and it makes you feel a little bit more comfortable so you're not so heebie-jeebied out. So I get heebie-jeebies in hospitals, nursing homes, antique malls, and places like Von Mar. I can't even step foot in Von Mar. So they haven't saged it. Still some residual energy in there. Okay. Will my sister Sarah find a man and get married? She will, but she needs to be picky. I'm sorry, she needs to be pickier. So, but yeah, she'll get there. She just needs to make sure that she's not picking the bipolar narcissist, which seems to be her pattern. So, Tammy goes, I'm lost. Biggest advice I can tell you, Tammy, let's get some goals. So I want a list of 3 goals that you can hit in 6 months. Figure it out. So, and don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about nothing else. You do you. So you take care of you first, not everybody else, you. So I found that when people are really unhappy, most of the time it's because they self-sacrifice for too many people and they forget to take care of themselves. So don't forget to take care of yourself. Oh my gosh, this is going so fast. Developing medium and loving it. Do you see me turning into a career soon? Actually, in the fall, you got it. Yes. Yep, go for it. And I'm always wondering, it's not about it. Here's the deal, guys. It's not about competition anymore. Yeah, I'm a psychic medium, but I'm here to help the other psychic mediums at this point. So I'm like, we need more people like me. We need more psychic mediums. We need more people to help other people, to be in service to others. That's a calling. And I'm like, do it. Absolutely start this fall. Yes. Yes. How do I get motivated to lose weight? Don't focus on the weight. And now what I mean by that is when you eat something and you eat something really good, don't feel bad about it. Guilt keeps fat on your butt. So don't feel guilty about eating a damn cheesecake. Be like, I had a good day today. I'm going to eat my cheesecake. I earned this cheesecake. If you do it in terms of a reward, it won't stick. So it really won't. So, but the biggest thing is that, like I said, if you're going to eat something that you know you shouldn't be eating, don't think negatively about it. Reward yourself. Just like, I had a hard day at work today. I'm earning it. So, and the biggest thing is a lot of my high empaths, the people that are highly empathic, do have the tendency to kind of keep the weight on. So the less empathic you are, better you're going to be. So, how do I further develop my gifts? Meditate. It's very simple. Like I said, my job is easy. It's very simple. I just meditate. That's it. Now, don't get me wrong. Before I do a live audience reading, I have to meditate. I have to eat well. I've got to eat my salads. I got to do the things that I need to do. So, but meditation is baseline foundation for Psychic Abilities 101. And you can't sit there and say, oh, I can do this, but I don't know how to meditate. I'm like, that's what I did. I can tell you, it don't work. The minute I started meditating, I went from a trailer to a 4-bedroom house. Because I learned how to control my thoughts. So that's what I would tell you. Baby coming this year. Should I stay at my current job or apply for the one that's currently open? Ooh. Now, go for the one that's currently open. You've got it. Go for it. You've got it. So, I'm a healer or empath. Marissa, you are both, honey. Some of the best healers out there are highly empathic. I'm don't get me wrong, like I'm a Reiki master, but I'm an empath will beat me hands down. So I'm like, just empaths are the best healers out there. They really are. So no, Nicole, you are gonna get pregnant again. Hang in there. So we got to get a timing thing down with you. You're the most difficult timed person I know. So we got to get you on the right time. So I'll have to kind of dig into that one a little bit. Kristen, yeah, he's okay. You just need to communicate better. I like him for you. You just got to, you're not communicating very well. So Libby's asking why her shoulder hurts. It's because you overburden everybody else's crap on yours. So if like your kid has a problem, you make it your problem. I'm like, no, it's their problem. Don't over empathize with it. So that's the biggest advice I could tell you. But you're shouldering other people's burdens, other people's problems. Don't do that. Don't do that. And Emily, you do have a baby coming this year. Yep, you're going to get pregnant this year. Tori, hang in there. You are, and this is going to be a fight all the way to the end. So you're gonna get there, but just keep fighting, Tori. So, but you're gonna have to go all the way to the end with this one. Gross. So hang in there, Tori. Okay. Well, Rachel's asking, will her husband find a new job? Just like I said earlier, he needs to find the fun job, not the one that he just wants to do. Shelly moving to Omaha, looking for a new house in Acreage, Elkhorn area, Bennington. I will tell you personally, I live in Elkhorn. As soon as my kids are graduated, I am getting the hell out of Elkhorn because the property taxes are ridiculous. They are the highest in the state of Nebraska in Elkhorn. So Bennington's a little bit better. Gretna is a little bit better, but it's the property taxes are stupid. So, but I wanted my kids to go to the Elkhorn school district. That's why I went there, but I'm bleeding through the nose. So, Josie, that you're asking if you want another child. I'm going to tell you that one's a free will choice, meaning that that's one that you decide. So if you decide to have another one, you'll have one. If you decide not to, you won't. So that's a 50-50 choice. So that's a hard one. Having issues with husband's business. Michelle, will it ever get better for me? It will. He doesn't delegate worth a shit. He has got to start delegating better. Like he wants to do everything himself. I'm like, he's got to start delegating better. There's not enough time in the day for him to get everything done efficiently. He's got to start delegating. He hates to do it, but he has to do it. So, okay. I was looking at baby's going to be this late fall. So I would say like November. Amy, the biggest thing for you is keep grinding, market, advertise, blah, blah. So, is my bestie guy right for her? It works. It's okay. Yeah. Angela, you got a little while before you meet your soulmate yet. So, like I said, you work on you. You be selfish. So, that's the biggest advice. Like I said, you burn your candle both ends with everybody else. So Christina, career change. If you want to, yes. Financially, I'm not worried about you. So, but yeah, go ahead and change up your career. You're okay to do that now. So you weren't before. I lost everything after all of my surgeries. Marriage, Tammy. Sometimes things have to get taken away from us, so because we're not supposed to have it anymore. So, and I'll tell you what I mean. What was it, like 8 years ago? 9 years ago, I had to go through a bankruptcy. I lost everything. I literally was living in a 1-bedroom apartment. They took my car. They took all the money. They took everything I had except the damn clothes on my back. And I will tell you, to this day, it sucked. It really sucked. But at the same time, to this day, I'm appreciative. I'm so appreciative of it because I don't worry about money anymore. I used to worry about it all the time, but when I don't have it anymore, I know that if I don't have it, what am I going to do? Go back to a one-bedroom apartment and dig my way out of it just like I did before. So sometimes bad things have to happen in the big picture of things. So when we get later down the road, it really isn't that big of a deal, even though at the time it's a big deal. So that, weird as that might sound, just hang in there, Tammy. But again, I want you working on you. Don't allow other people to tell you what you need to do with your life. Stop asking people for their opinions and start doing what feels right to you. So nobody likes to upset people. Everybody wants to just play the game and kind of keep their cool with everybody. I'm like, you'll never get ahead. You'll never truly be authentic in yourself if you keep asking people what you should do with your life. Don't. Trust you. Take some time out, take a time out, take some time away from people and figure it out. You will. I guarantee you will. So, Jocelyn, moving right now is the right decision. You manifested it. You wanted it. Now it came to your doorstep. You're like, well, I'm like, no, you wanted it. Take it. Take it. It's all good. So, Miss Megan, move, because after the dust settles in July, that's when you're going to have the momentum to get the book done. You stay here, you won't have the momentum. Leave, get out of here by July. So absolutely. Lindsay, yes, your grandma visits you. Natalie, you will have another baby, Natalie. Yep. If we have a path when we come here, what's the point in manifesting? Damn, that's a good question. Because we have free will. Therefore, now don't get me wrong. We have a path that we're on, but it's very general. It's very broad. So every 7 to 9 years, we're going to get our teeth kicked in with something. So, but understand it's very broad. It's very general. We have free will and so that way we can manifest whatever we want. But again, focus in on the negative, you're going to get more negative shit. Focus in on the positive, you get more positive shit. So it all depends on what your focus is on, what you talk about, what you think about, who you are, what you do. That's all manifesting. So we have a broad path, but within that path is that manifestation. So that doesn't mean that you can't manifest yourself to be a multimillionaire. Your lessons will still be the same. They're still going to be the same, whether you have money or not. They're still going to be the same. So that's what I mean by that. It depends on what you chose coming into this world as that biggest lesson of yours. Mine is my love life. So other people, it's grief. Other people, it's their, abandonment issues, self. There's a lot of different issues here. So the biggest thing is trying to figure out what that is and mastering that, which isn't easy to do. So, but within that, you do have, a lot of free will, and that's where the manifesting comes in. So that's a great question. Julie, you will have a successful art career. Here's the deal with this one. I want you to run it like a business. So run it like a business. Whatever you make, put it on Facebook, advertise it, show it to people. People are visual people. Use that to your advantage. Marissa, any class is fine. Honestly, I teach the basic classes when I'm teaching classes. I'm getting more into online workshops and things like that, so people can watch things at their own pace. So I'm getting more into that. So hang in there. I'm like, I don't have enough time in the day. So Carrie, you are definitely an empath. SW, stay put for now. Something's going to appear in summer. So just wait. Something will come out that you're like, oh, that's what I need to do. Woo-hoo. And then you go that way. So ready to move on, but is it time and will I be okay? Terry, it is time. I think you've gotten enough signs to know that it's time. So I'm like, let this one go and move on. You're going to be fine. I'm going to tell you, a lot of people are scared of loneliness. It's a legitimate fear. So a lot of people are scared of being alone for the rest of their life. Rarely are they. So that's why I'm like going, it's okay to stand there isolated and alone once in a while. There's nothing wrong with that. That's really when you figure out who you are, and that's where you become a very, in-tuned person and more of your authentic self. So Ashley, Reiki is not only a yes for you, but a hell yes. Sheila, ringing in the ears, past month. Woohoo! Okay, so let me explain the ringing in the ears. The low-pitched wah that you hear, that's going to be your spirit guides. It's almost always on the right side. Left side is more logical, so that's usually like a loved one. So right side, low-pitched wah, those are going to be your spirit guides. The high-pitched wee, those are angels. So you're able to hear the difference in the tone or pitch with who's around you, okay? So the other thing is that you may or may not have noticed a lot of weird heart palpitations over the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, we had a major shift, and it caused a lot of our heart chakras to go boom, and it caused our third eye chakras to go boom. So we had weird headaches, digestive issues, and heart palpitations. It's all related. So we should be just about on the outskirts of that. So just about done. So hopefully. Natalie, what causes your sister's endometriosis is a father abandonment issue, meaning that her dad is there, but he's not lovey, huggy, kissy, and most likely she's married or dating someone just like her father. So that's where endometriosis is. Endometriosis is dads who are there, but they're not there. They're workaholics. They're not home, things like that. So that's where endometriosis lies. Queen of Wands, yes, your business idea is going to be successful. I want you to grind because it's going to be an uphill grind. But when it starts paying off, it's going to pay off big. Grind. It's a good idea. It's very unique. But make sure you exploit your niche. If there's a niche in the market that you're thinking about, exploit the niche. Do it. Do it. So much anxiety about my upcoming trip to Washington. Well, I don't know why. It's a good trip. You'll have fun. So, Star, you do have some psychic abilities, especially clairsentience, which is the ability to feel. So, yes. Somebody was, I talked about the sister's endometriosis. Okay. Carrie, yes, your third eye is opening. Oh my gosh, these things. Oh my God. I'm just like, these are going by so fast. I'm all like, crap. All right. Derek, there isn't much you can, honestly, the best thing you can do for your father, make him laugh. Make him laugh. Laughter is some of the best medicine out there. So make your dad laugh. Frankie, you will have the opportunity to get pregnant this year. April, let me know about what's going on with your husband's health. I need to know specifics so that way we can deal on the emotional issue. So in my world, people don't get sick willy-nilly. They get sick due to a deep subconscious negative thought or an issue. So I need to kind of know a little bit more about what's going on with your husband. So as far as what's physically wrong, because there's 4 different things going on with him. That's when I'm like, I can't pick out one. Mindy, I'm going to tell you hell yes on this one. You have a niche in the market. Exploit the niche. Do your research. There's a lot of free stuff. Don't be buying a bunch of stuff. There's a lot of free stuff out there on the internet that you can be researching right now. And that's where you need to be research mode right now. So, and figure out how to lift this off the ground, what's going to make you unique. Make sure that just make sure that the name of your business includes what you do. So don't make it so confusing that people don't know what you do within the first title here. Tammy, you are psychic, but right now your reality is taking over your, because here's the deal. Your reality is always going to take precedence over your spirituality, meaning that if you have drama going on in your real life, you got to fix your real life first before you can tap in, because it doesn't work that way. Carrie, you're not losing your mind. You're going through an awakening. Welcome to the light side. Kim, the best relationship advice I can give you, speak your truth. But the way that you speak your truth has to be real. What I mean by that is that I want you to be able to say, I need this, I need that, I need this, instead of you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. So make sure you start the sentence with I and not you. So that's the biggest advice I can tell you. Start the sentence with I and not you, and you'll be fine. So, Marilyn, your son will find a house to buy in May. So it's coming up. So he's got to get the right combo. Libby, you are a healer. Start there. So start there. Meaning that I would tell you, like, start with the, like, Reiki or learning things like that. I do teach Reiki too. I wasn't going to, but I had so many people ask me to teach. So I'm a hands-on person. So I bring people in for you to work on, because I'm not going to read out of a damn book and be like, oh, here you go. No, I didn't like learning that way. Tammy, you are going to get married, but not for a while. Latifa, heck yeah, your puppy's going to be fine. So that's great. So you just got to get on a better routine, but it's a puppy. So I like this because this is a great addition for you. You're going to love it. It's a pain in the ass, but it's a good pain in the ass. Leah, you are going to get that job offer. Hang in there. That's a really good one. Lily, ooh, here's the deal with you. You said volunteer or job, and I'm going to tell you, split it. Half volunteer, part-time job. I want both. And it better be a part-time fun job, not a part-time job that you're just good at. I want the fun job. So that's kind of where I want you. I like the first one, HALLEDGE. House move in our future. Ooh, April, not till this fall. So, okay, April said that he's got diabetes and depression, and they go hand in hand. So, diabetic is because they had somebody that they really, really loved, and that person pulled the wool out from underneath them. And they're not necessarily still hung up on it, but they haven't forgiven that person for letting them go. So, and that's probably most unlikely where the depression stems from, but most unlikely the depression stems from his mother, who probably did the same thing to him. So that's most unlikely where this is all brewing from. So, Christine, do it with a GI Bill. Sorry, I'm going by fast. Whitney, there is a career change coming for you. So Josie, Parkinson's, oh, that's a tough one. That's viral. So viral illnesses are way more complex and way more difficult. Because I will tell you, if I'm trying to put myself in your shoes. If I knew somebody with Parkinson's, I would do both medical and alternative. So that's why I really like these integrative holistic doctors that are starting to come up now, because they're able to do both. So that's why I might do both, alternative and medical. The other thing is a hyperbaric chamber. I'm curious to know if a hyperbaric chamber, which floods the body with oxygen, helps with Parkinson's. So I know CBD and weed helps with Parkinson's too. The oils do. So because it doesn't necessarily with THC, it's just the oils. So maybe look into that. So Lynn, you have high blood pressure because you're a worrier. Ooh, the Beamer machine works too. That's a good call, Jocelyn. So blood pressure is because you're a stressor. You are an internal worrier, and being an internal worrier, most likely your mother taught you how to worry. So it's a bad habit you picked up. So it's stress, worry and stress. Whitney, your dad comes around to see your son actually quite constantly. So they're very, very close. Desiree, you know what? You are the third person today. I don't think I need any more freaking signs. Okay, I got it. So I don't have any books that I can recommend off the top of my head when it comes to spiritual awakening stuff. 3 people have asked me, could you please write a book about spiritual awakening? And I'm like, no, but you're the third person today. I'm like, I don't need any more signs. I need to write the damn book. So I'm on it. So, but no, I don't know of anybody who wrote about the awakening process at least the way that I know it and the way that I'm always seeing it with everybody in those different steps. So looks like I'm writing. Great. So will the substance abuse within my family resolve? Crystal, not until the core issue of the trauma has been dealt. People do drugs because of trauma, unresolved trauma, parents divorced, mom left me, molestation, rape. People do drugs and alcohol so they don't have to deal with reality, but what they're not dealing with is the trauma. Deal with the trauma. Don't sweep it underneath the damn rug anymore and be like, oh, we're not going to discuss it. That's not how people get better. It's not. So Sheila's 2020 is actually pretty good, especially starting in June. June is when everything kind of turns the corner with you. So hang in there. But this is a good year. It's very much a blank canvas year for you. So Michelle, your third eye chakra is opening. That's why you have the damn headaches right here and behind the eye and the back of the head especially. So Marissa, your son is emotional because he is two things. Number one, he needs your square on attention. And so when he says, hey, mom, drop what you're doing and give him immediate attention because he needs it from you. And that, like I said, don't go out of home, just stay home, be with him. So number two, he's also a crystal child. So go ahead and Google crystal children. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a whole, series with crystal kids and intuitive children. So please make sure that you're looking that up because he is a crystal child. Okay. So Ronnie, your future is getting better. After the 4th of July, especially, it's going to get better. Hang in there. Okay. Ronnie, 4th of July, it goes up from here. Really does. It starts to go up. So, because you're going to do that cha-cha thing. You're good, then you're not. Then you're good, then you're not. You're like, eh. So, all right. I'm going to do one more question. Steph, ending my relationship, will I be okay financially? Well, all your money goes to him anyway. So that's why I'm like going, hell yes, you're going to be fine. So that's why I'm like, just let this one go. Let him go. So, okay, guys, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and paying attention here today. This is awesome. So I will be doing a live Q&A, I think next week sometime. So the live Q&As are when I answer more of those metaphysical questions. I don't do readings on the Q&As. I do readings on the Real Talk. The Q&As are more for just like, like weird, like all kinds of questions like UFOs and aliens and like all kinds of weird questions like that. So the biggest thing is that if you guys have any metaphysical questions or spiritual questions or things like that, tune into the Q&A. Those are always free too. I really try to do these once a month more often just because it gets you guys to be able to get kind of like a mini reading anyway and at least kind of get you here. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in again. And like I said, I'll be in Des Moines this weekend. Let's see, March 14th. I'll be here in Omaha doing a live audience reading. And then the 28th, I'll be in Kearney. So hope to catch you guys there. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a wonderful weekend. And like I said, duck and weave this weekend. It's not going to be the easiest when it comes to personal relationships. So take the deep breaths, chill. Don't take nothing personal and hang in there. Okay, guys? Thanks again for watching. Take care. Bye.